Hey, Evan from Midway Nissan here. This time doing a quick walk around of a 2023 Nissan Maxima SR. For the 2023 Nissan Maxima, all vehicles do come standard with LED headlights, daytime running lights, high beams, as well as tail lights. This being the SR trim level, you do also have the extra black trim down below. So you'll notice the grille as well as some of the lower trim surrounds are going to be black on the vehicle. And then you also do have your LED indicators front and rear as well. This vehicle does come with remote start built into the key fob, much like all the other Maxima models. This being the SR does come with a number of other sport tune suspension options, as well as a little bit of different tuning when it comes to the exhaust and tone of the vehicle. This does have the same sized and dimension wheel as the Platinum models, however with the black finish being the SR. And you'll notice this does have the two-tone paint scheme, the pearl white body along with the super black mirror caps and roof. This goes and fades nicely into the dual sunroof on the top of the vehicle, which I'll show you from the interior. And these Maximas do have a really aggressive styling, similar size to a Camry or Toyota Avalon, and you'll find this to be a far more sporty and comfortable option compared to those vehicles. You do have the black trim in the back, along with the black spoiler, black taillight surrounds, and the black rear diffuser with the quad exhaust tips finished in the same black down below. Vehicle does have parking sensors on the rear, so as you reverse and approach anything, it will beep as you approach. If you get within about 3 or 4 inches, it will automatically apply the brakes. And then you do have quite a large trunk in these Maximas. Backup camera built into the trunk lid, as well as built into the grille, an additional camera on each side. Up front, you have the side mirrors with a camera. In case you wanted to fold down the rear seats, really easy. You pull these toggles, and then you can lift from the interior to lower and see the rear seats. Spare tire beneath with all your jack and accessories, of course. And you'll notice on the interior of the trunk down here, the bottom halves of each subwoofer. So the vehicle does come with the 2 subwoofers and the preamp built in down below for extra cooling. Vehicle does, when coming around to the rear, I'll show you in terms of the interior. This trim level does come with the leatherette surround for the seats with contrast orange stitching and the Alcantara diamond stitched interior. Does make for a really aggressive styling, and it does grip you in place really nicely. You'll notice it's a little bit of a contoured bucket for each side back here. These rear seats are also heated, which you'll see the buttons for in the back of the center console, along with their heating and cooling vents, one type C and one type A USB port. And you'll notice you do have adjustable height for the rear headrests, and you can see the tops of the subwoofers back here. This armrest does fold down with 2 cup holders and a little bit of additional storage back here, along with the bottle holders built into the doors. You do have one-touch up and down power windows, and then built into the key of the Maxima, if you double tap the unlock button and hold the button down, it will drop the 2 front windows. Kind of a unique feature not a lot of people know about. Built into the 2 front door handles, you do have buttons to lock and unlock with key proximity. You do in this trim level also have your memory seating system. Vehicle does have automatic headlights along with automatic high beams, heated steering wheel. You do have the trunk opening, heated seats and cooled seats up front here. Quite a deep center console as always. This car does have the change holders in the case you want for parking or tolls. 12-volt port to charge anything there. Your sport and your traction control buttons are right next to each other in an easy grasp of the shifter and everything else. And then you do, in addition to having the 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, a little dial to adjust everything there. Back up to the screen here, you'll notice if I'm looking dead on, so this is straight looking at it, everything is actually positioned slightly toward the driver. This is designed to give you a kind of a sportier cockpit feel in the interior of the Maxima. And then this SR trim level, much like everything else, you have the orange contrast stitching on the shifter in addition to all the trim here. The paddle shifters are only available in the SR in Canada. Here, you do have the adaptive cruise control system on the steering wheel, along with all your audio controls. And then something really unique, of course, the vehicle does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you have a little phone cubby, so it's quite deep. The idea is you could put a standard size iPhone in here, plug it in with either the Type C or Type A USB ports, and then be able to charge without needing to worry about your phone sliding around while using Apple CarPlay. You do have your dual zone temperature control, independently adjustable on each side, and I'll just put the vehicle to the run position for a moment so you can see. You'll notice also Nissan does have the over-the-air map updates, so you can connect this to a Wi-Fi network and it'll update the maps of the vehicle. The 360 camera works like much of our other vehicles. Right now I'm in park showing us the front. And then we have the around view monitor. Push it once more, it'll show you the right side. Once more, will push you to your normal screen, and if you have the vehicle in reverse, it will then show you your normal backup camera. Vehicle does have the navigation system built in, and like I mentioned, it does have the over-the-air updates, so you can connect the vehicle like many of our others to your home Wi-Fi network. That way you can use that or the hotspot to update your map system. Okay. On here, completely configurable center screen. So in the case you wanted to adjust which icons like the fuel prices, stocks, sports, or anything around you, you can completely tailor that to your liking. The vehicle does have the SOS button in the case of an emergency, as well as your HomeLink garage door opener for buttons 1, 2, and 3, built right into the mirror there. And like I mentioned, from the outside, you do have the dual sunroof overhead. So it's split opening. So if I go to close it, one touch, it'll slide both the front and back at the same time, much like most of the Mercedes models do. Vehicle does in this SR trim have the black roof liner, which I think looks really sporty and aggressive. You do also have the sunglasses holder here, and then sliding visor with the vanity mirror and light. Like many of our other Nissan vehicles, it does slide in and out. And you do also down here, while we're looking at it, have the blind spot monitors and connected to the same piece of the A-pillar as your tweeter. And this does come with a Bose sound system in the SR trim with your speakers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up front, the two subwoofers that you would have seen earlier, and then the two speakers built into the rear doors as well. And fantastic driving vehicles. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can see here some of the base features for the SL, which is the entry level on the Maxima, some of the extra ones available on the SR, which includes all the SL equipment plus, and then you have all your Platinum features, which would be the top of the line. The SR and Platinum do share a majority of the same features, just depending on how you like the vehicle to drive. The hood of the Maxima does come with struts. That way, in the case you wanted to very quickly have it held in place while you're working on it or looking at anything, it's really easy to do so. The 3.5 liter VQ35DE engine in this vehicle does come with 300 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque as standard. The vehicle does also have a really simple architecture in terms of the engine and transmission, so they should be very reliable for you. You can see also with these Maximas, you have extra sound deadening throughout the engine bay and the interior. That way it adds for a really comfortable and smooth sounding drive. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section down below. In the description of the video, you will also see the brochure for the 2023 Nissan Maxima for the Canadian market. And until the next one, bye for now. Look forward to seeing you then.